everybody. I'm Noreen Hansen. I'm Senior Vice President of Digital Transformation Services, responsible for all of our cloud practices for NTT North America. In that team includes our Unikix mainframe modernization team, which is sitting over here if you have questions. We are a certified M2 platform mainframe modernization platform, as well as our end-to-end cloud services with a focus on expert services and anything that's complex and unique and build. And we also have cyber in our team. So thank you very much for joining us. Today I'm going to talk about what are some of the best strategies that you can do to open up your environment, enabling automation, scaling, any type of remediation, smart self-healing. So I've been doing cloud for longer than I'd like to admit. Let's just say it was the adaptive enterprise when I started working with it, and now it's into cloud. So with that, let's talk a little bit. NTT Data Services. Are there anybody here that's not an NTT person that would like to know more about NTT? Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, we are an extremely large organization that has had different operating models and different operating teams that have come together as one. We're one NTT. We have over 200 data centers. We provide end-to-end services in the IT business. It's us that do it. We work collaboratively across all of our capabilities. We have over 100 million in healthcare claims that we process. We have over 25 of the leading financial industry institutions that are part of our business. We serve over 90 federal agencies, including secure, federal, state, and local. And we have the top 10 automotive organizations as part of our partnership. We have 45 plus years in applications delivery, as well as modernization, integration, and the capabilities that are most important to us today. And believe it or not, we support over 6.2 million end users and 23 plus million service desk customers. We're much bigger than what people think. It's part of what brought me to NTT. It's an exciting group of people, and we are one of the few left in the industry, as I said, who can do the complete end-to-end story. This is part of what we look to provide to you. If you look, we provide everything from your digital experience to your workforce transformation and enablement. We focus on your business and your outcomes, your desired outcomes. What do you want to enable in your future of your business or potentially disrupt your business? And of course, we follow data and applications. We make sure that we can help you and our clients with a vertical focus, providing expertise across all of your needs in your business. Many people know us as either a network and telecom company, a data center company, which by the way, we do provide data centers for AWS. So we are a big partner with AWS, but we also do workplace services, network, believe it or not, marine network, which is a very big specialty, especially in areas such as the federal government and Navy. We also have satellite capabilities, and we provide digital infrastructure. And when you think of digital infrastructure, that's what we're going to talk about, right? It's not about just cloud, it's about the platforms. How do we create that infrastructure? How do we enable today's innovation using what we've already invested? This is the size of our organization now. We are the fastest growing IT company in the market, according to the analysts today. So we have over 66 billion in private cloud services. We have over 491 billion in public, and that's as of last year. That's our confirmed number. As we finish 2023, that number has gone up even more. And we have combined managed services that are across everything from cloud and edge and digital. And then this number, that 32 billion, is only representing our cloud services and edge. So I'm going to talk now about cloud in general, and cloud to me doesn't really mean the platform. So cloud should mean it doesn't matter what platform it is, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But when cloud came about, it became a disruptor to IT. It was a way to save dollars in IT. Infrastructure and operations leaders were saying they're asking me to innovate. They're asking me to look at the world differently. I don't know how to do that. And then it became a true disruptor for our IT through enablement. Now we're pulling cloud into enabling the business. And it should become a disruptor for your business. And I'm going to talk about how, and it's going to be around the automation and the scalability. The other part is that Gartner has just announced that by 2028, that we will end up in a situation where cloud and its capabilities will be absolutely critical to every part of the business. We are moving to a completely different world that is supported by cloud-enabled and digital. So this is where we came from. If you look on the left, we started using cloud for cost optimization. We started talking about how we were going to modernize some of the systems, but we were only taking 20% of our workloads out and moving them. As we continued to move, now we start seeing complex capabilities, right? It's like we're going to start looking at what are the complex, how do we become more consumer driven, and how do we make sure that we're modernizing those user applications. One of the things that we're still just not quite there yet, but you need to start thinking about is your ecosystem. Every time you're enabling cloud, don't forget what is it that you want to open up. What do you need to interoperate with? How do you need to run your intelligent business? It really needs to start with the art of possible of your business. There are solutions that are now built in the cloud. AWS and NTT work very jointly together on developing those capabilities and solutions around our core verticals, auto and manufacturing, healthcare, and financial services. There's constant development, as you know, and as you're seeing around here, of new solutions. They're business-based solutions to enable and disrupt the business to provide better increase in revenue, new streams of revenue, better operability in your business. If you're doing a cloud project, it should not be with KPIs on what you're doing in IT. It should be at least committing to 3 value points of how you're going to impact and deliver change to the business. So as we look at that, what are the top 3 ways to change and impact your business? It's through making sure you open up your architecture and create opportunity for innovation. Rapid, speed to market innovation, right? You want to expand those revenues, do everything I've said about time to market. Make sure that your ecosystem, the enterprise architecture, is leaning towards what we've said for 10 years is the API economy. How do you create a way to open up your architecture, start to make it resilient, scalable, and make sure that although you're looking at where you've already invested, where you can optimize interoperability, ability to use and expand, or being able to change as you go through in that really plug. We used to always say we want to plug and play, and we can do that. When you decouple applications, you can take a portion of that out and replace it as the industry is changing rapidly. We all learned a few years ago, we can't expect the way the world is going to change. And most of all, you want to enable the capabilities that you see on the right. You're really looking at that business acceleration, being able to have FinOps so you can manage your cost. So being able to, and FinOps is not a one single set of rules. There's actually very few industries, very few, I don't even think there's any when I talk to my friends who are analysts, is that there's not one solution and it's not a tool that's going to fix FinOps. It's what do you need to know to manage your organization, your business, and your cost. And so you want to make sure that you're looking at things like observability. Start moving into Gen AI and being able to do self-healing. Being able to understand where your patterns, or what we call seasonality is, and understanding where you can predict where there may be a problem, or if you see in that seasonality across your apps and your platforms that something is happening or spiking at the same time every week, that there's most likely an issue in your ecosystem. Be proactive. In infrastructure, we all used to be reactive. It's a big culture change, but we're becoming proactive in what we're doing. And make sure, of course, that you're always addressing your security, how to better enable your application development. The more that you can make your cloud environment so that it is enabling and giving and providing an application, you're going to be able to focus on innovation. It shouldn't be the infrastructure you're worried about. It should be providing that innovation, the interconnectivity, and that rapid speed, all within a scalable architecture that is secure and has optionality. And optionality is one of the biggest things. It doesn't mean optionality in your choice all the time of one thing or the other, but it's how do you integrate? How do you use a system? Believe it or not, we've all seen it changes. So, what is my recommendation if you're moving to be able to do this? Is what we used to do is everything was separate and traditional. It was an all or nothing. It was either you were in a data center or you were basically going to start moving to either private or public cloud. And what we ended up doing is having 3 separate sets of tickets, monitoring, understanding what was happening across just the infrastructure, never mind what we were doing about the applications. So remember that today's world, it's not about the platform, it's how you can get to a single control plane. One of our recommended ways is ROSA. So it's the use of Red Hat, AWS, and our services to bring you into, most people think that Red Hat OpenShift is just a Kubernetes. It actually enables you to have connectivity. It enables you to be able to create an application platform and accelerate your ability to move. But if you have that true hybrid, regardless of who you choose as your partner, you're going to be able to open up, believe it or not, and we have announced that we can do it with AWS, open up the mainframe, utilize the data center, use your private cloud, and have your open public cloud all across one set of management capabilities. That means that you can start to consolidate and upskill your team. They're focused on being proactive. You're going to have fewer incidents, fewer challenges, fewer things you have to do, and you're all going to be aligned in being able to see where is that optionality. Do you belong on-prem? Do you belong in the public with those applications? What is the best way to use them? And everybody said, oh, they're getting out of the public cloud now, they're moving back to data centers. No, it's understanding what are you trying to do, responding to your regulatory agencies that you have in your vertical industry, and making sure that you have your data, your storage, your applications in the right fit for purpose, but make sure you have it scalable so that as we change in the technology, you don't have to go back and either re-migrate, rewrite, or change your architecture. Also, if something happens, you can stop where you are and pick up and scale. As you see, the born in the cloud, everybody says that. There's not many companies, unless they're born in the cloud, that can say that the answer is 100% cloud first. And many that have ended up finding that there's been challenges in doing that. So that's why enabling that single control plane, being able to use the same tools, that's what cloud has brought us today. It's not the platform, it's what you can do with it. It's the APIs, it's the interconnectivity, it's opening your ecosystem in a very secure manner in order to open it up to chosen partners so that you can interact and integrate in a much better way. Here's another look at it. And if you look, we're saying that basically you want to have that common management. You want to have portability. How do you move things around? What if you change your mind? I hate to say it, but what if your CIO changes and comes in with a different strategy? What if your CEO changes? You want to be flexible. You want to show that you're strategic in your planning. And more than anything, as I've said, you want abstraction. You want to be able to create an abstraction that allows to decouple the requirements of connectivity, will reduce your redundancy and where you have too much data instead of single sources of data, too much storage instead of that, and also not having to rely on the physical location of your underlying technology, which in my mind is your underlying platform and where it's coming from. Don't worry about where the location is, worry about how you want to use it. Hybrid cloud is about design once, repeat many. You're going to create that one type of architecture, and then you want to repeat it as quickly as you can, and there will be changes based upon the outcomes that are desired, but you'll have a similar core architecture, thus saving a lot. Architecture, services, capabilities, and costs of what you're trying to achieve. So this is just another slide. I'd like to give people different ways of looking at it. I'm saying the same thing here, except what you really want to be going for is this, that single integrated fabric, being able to have your traditional and private and public capabilities, but where we're very strong and where we see a lot of clients going now is in SRE. SRE is site reliability engineering. It allows you to have that continuous capability of making sure that you have your sustainability, that you're pulling everything together. That aligned with being agile and DevSecOps enables you to really have that speed. It also is going to enable you to move into, with your service catalogs, product-based offerings. Bring your teams together. You no longer need to have people from here and there. You have one stack. They're able to provide the services end to end. It's where you want to go. Everybody's in the IT business now. We used to ask, what business do you want to be in? Do you want to be in IT, or do you want to be in your business and your vertical? IT is now part of your business. So how do you simplify your IT? Remember, your spend in IT should be really at about 3%. That's the industry target. No more than 5%. When you're looking at over that, you need to look at other ways to create the interoperability. This goes into our trends real quickly in terms of Kubernetes. So again, we see within larger organizations that they're going to favor hybrid cloud. But that doesn't mean that if you're not an enterprise organization that you shouldn't favor it either. You want to be making sure that you're looking at that. And so if you see, we have Amazon EKS and Red Hat OpenShift actually own most of the market. You're looking at that and you can see that ROSA, which is with Amazon, and that Redshift. You still have Google, you still have Azure, and you have VMware. But you need to look at where you're going to be in 3 to 5 years. And we're also seeing a lot more of our clients, when we say hybrid cloud, it's not just on-prem versus public. A lot of our clients are deciding to go AWS Google, Azure Google, or all three, because again, fit for purpose. What is it that you want to design? What is it that you want to do? And so, especially towards the strength of the industries that AWS serves, we want to make sure that you're focused on where are you going and how do you change. This is what I call the smart start. So when you start looking at it, it's like, this is your core, right? Everybody's got a more complex type of operating model and looking at it. But if you start bringing in these capabilities, making sure that each of your architecture, whether you're on-prem or in the public cloud, are including these types of commonalities, you will begin to move yourself in a direction where you can converge to simplification and success. You do not need to do everything overnight, but you want to start to have a plan when they say, start to simplify your tools, simplify your operation. Think of these things as you continue to go forward. So at last, as I start to close out, I want to just be able to say that these are our different capabilities as I started with, right? We've got the benefits, we've got all of it. I hear people say cloud is at the heart of the business. It needs to be. Don't allow cloud to be that backdoor platform that we used to not think about anymore. It's your enablement, it's your acceleration, it is the glue that is going to keep your business disruption together. So absolutely stay focused on that. Another thing that we recommend is whether you do it yourself or you do it with a partner, these are the elements of a strong and successful cloud operation. Make sure that you're looking at ways to bring in your brokerage, your governance, what do you want, and get these things right. If you get these things right, it'll help. So a lot of people want to just move real quickly, they forget about it, and then they come back and say, oh, this is costing a lot more, or we have a lot of sprawl. And it's because of the fact that they didn't make sure that there was sets of guidelines. Sometimes there's going to be exceptions, but sets of guidelines around all of these topics to enable success. And it is good to have a core team, even if you have federated teams, providing or putting into the cloud that is managing the guidelines around these topics. It'll help you in terms of your overall cost and your operability of your environment. So this goes into a lot of different things. I want to just kind of provide a little bit more here of our journey around FinOps. And actually, I have a couple more slides, but the key of what I wanted to talk about was get those things right, You'll be able to adopt the tools that you choose. You'll be able to create absolute scalability and then align with the automation that you may choose within your environment. So with that, I'm out of time, but I will make sure that I stand over here. And if you have questions, please do not hesitate to ask me. I look forward to answering your questions.